Spoke to Jeff Horn today. Jeff Horn looks active. What's next for Jeff? I know there's some rumours about Brand and these sort of fights. What's happening with Jeff Horn?
There is another fight in the making at the moment. We're very close to making an announcement there. It should be, I think we should be able to make an announcement within a week or so. So with a little bit of luck, the contracts will be tied up. It is a big fight, a very big fight. And, we're looking forward to making that announcement. I can't say who it is at this point in time, but it is incredibly close to being made, that deal. It'll be a huge step in the right direction for Jeff, and we just want to show that he's back and back in a big way.
Hopefully that fight goes through for obviously June, start of June sort of fight. If that fight doesn't go through, I was talking to Jeff today, potential fight in November. Is that really Jeff staying active, but is it all?
Yeah, we're looking at the moment, he's got a baby due, his second baby on the 20th of June, so I want to take a little bit of time off then, and then you're looking obviously at things like football seasons and things and dates, and so November's not a bad time, and we're trying to plan big fights for Jeff. Every fight we want to make it count. We don't really want stay busy fights. We're not into that stay busy fights. I mean, every preparation takes that little bit out of you, and I said to Jeff, let's make them all count. As I said to Jeff, you can beat them all, and that includes Crawford, but you've got to prepare right. You've got to prepare perfectly, and we need to keep doing that. If he does that, there is no one that Jeff Horn can't beat, and we want to show that the fight against Crawford was just an aberration, and show what the real Jeff Horn's back. I mean, he couldn't have done any more against Mundine than he did. He did all he could there. It was a great result. Now he's got to come back in the next fight and show that he can beat these guys and beat them convincingly. And we're looking at the big names. We are. We're looking at the Alvarez. We're looking at the Golovkins. We're looking at the big names, the Porters, the Crawfords, the rematch. We're looking at all these fights. But you got to pay your dues in this game. And if you have a slip up, you've got to come back and you've got to prove yourself again. And that's what we're doing.
Yeah, against the Anthony Mundine fight was a great fight, obviously, for a lot of people in Australia. And I mean, Anthony is a seasoned veteran of that. Was it great for Jeff Horn's career?
Well, no one ever knew how it was going to play out. We were prepared for a tough fight. Everyone said that Anthony's preparing harder for this fight than he had for any of his 6 previous fights. He was really flying in sparring. He was, doing brilliantly. And I said, Jeff, we need to prepare to beat a 30-year-old Mundine, not a 43-year-old Mundine. I said, because he's been an athlete all his life and clean living as far as I understand. So someone who's been an athlete like that all their life, they hold their age well. And we've seen from people like Bernard Hopkins and even George Foreman that, you can go well into your 40s if you're still hungry. Particularly when you're just a gifted athlete, you've got to look at Anthony Mundine even as a schoolboy, brilliant runner, football, just an athletic guy. So, we expected a really hard fight. No one's ever knocked him out in the first round before. And,
never.
I think Garth Woods got surprised, but then Anthony's come out and turned the tables and beat him in a rematch. So, even Sven Otke took to the 10th round, and Mundine only had 10 fights at that point. Been knocked out. He'd only been knocked out 3 times in his career. So, you've got to weigh it all up. A guy that's had 56 fights and only been knocked out a few times, we're preparing for a late night at the office. But I did say to Jeff, I want you to stun in this fight. I need you to make a statement. You have to do something spectacular in this fight. Well, lo and behold, he did that. So, people write Mundine off, but as he said, he just got caught. Just simple. I was there ringside. He was gone. Before he hit the canvas, he was out. The way his head bounced off that canvas, I knew he was out cold when he hit the canvas, and he tried to get on his feet. He couldn't. He got caught. A minute later is okay, but you don't get a minute, you get 10 seconds. So, we take nothing away from a great athlete, but we did all we could in that fight. We have to move on now and prove it against the current crop of champions.
Exactly. And I know it's hard, I know Anthony, I call him Chop as a friend, but could there be a potential rematch with it? Not in June, obviously, because Jeff's got some bigger skulls to rub it with. Could there be a potential fight with Anthony?
I have a saying, never say never. As soon as you do, something happens and makes you look like a fool. So I try never to say never to anything and just say, we will see. That's all I can do. We'll see. What happens if Anthony comes out and fought someone like Timothy Zhu and knocked him out cold, and then he fought Zarafa and he knocked him out cold, and you go, oh, we've got to reevaluate, but who knows? I'll just say, leave it open-ended and just say obviously we would not consider fighting him straight away, because that'd be death by media for a start, and it wouldn't be the right thing to do. And we tried. Jeff's a very honourable guy, he's a great guy, and we just want to make sure that he keeps doing what he's been doing, that is putting his ego on the line every time, put his body on the line, and keep taking the big fights.
For those boxing fans out there, and I back Jeff in 100%, Jeff's never been knocked out.
No,
people
no.
must
Crawford
remember.
never hurt Jeff.
Jeff,
Not
no.
at all. Not at all. Pacquiao hurt him. No question he got hurt. But as I said to Jeff going into the Pacquiao fight, I said, you will be weighed and you will be measured, Jeff, but you will not be found wanting. That's the difference. I said, you know, that's the strength of character that you've got. And the same thing, but unfortunately we didn't get to show that strength of character, because at the end of the 8th round there I said to Jeff, yeah, how you going? He said, oh, I'm fine. You know, I said, how many? And he said, how many rounds to go? And I said, 4. And I knew what he was thinking, the same as we'd been training for. Get through this one, big 3 to finish. We'll finish it. Well, 27 seconds before the end of the 9th round, we didn't get that opportunity for that big finish that he showed against Pacquiao. People thought he was gone then, and look what he did. You know, and he hadn't been hurt in the Crawford fight. It takes one punch to turn a fight. You've only got to look at what happened with Zappa Vigna when he fought over there, and he almost destroyed that guy, and they should have stopped that fight.
Should have, yeah.
They didn't, and then the other guy, top ranked guy, come back to beat him. So, you know, who's to say we couldn't have done that, but we'll never know. All we can do is position ourselves again, and like the great Evander Holyfield said, I'm going to get back in line. Well, that's what we're doing. We're getting back in line.
All right, Rusho, good luck, mate, when you get over there on April the 13th, and bring it home.
Thanks, mate. Thank you very much, Nick. Cheers.